Hello and welcome. Our topic for the day is solving quadratics that have imaginary solutions. To understand the concept, let's do some questions. The first one says use the quadratic formula to solve. We are given the quadratic equation x square plus 2x plus 122 equals to 0. Before we start, let's write down the quadratic formula. Quadratic formula is given by x equals to negative b plus minus radical sign b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, where a is the coefficient of the x square term from the quadratic equation, b is the coefficient of the x term, while c is the constant. Now it says imaginary solutions. For that, how we find out whether it's imaginary or not? When the quantity inside the radical, that is b squared minus 4ac, also called as discriminant, is less than 0, that is, it is negative, then the quadratic equation is said to have imaginary solutions. How this is done? Say, for example, if I get the discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac, as negative 13. This is further written as square root of 13 times square root of negative 1. Now, square root of negative 1 is called iota, or represented by the letter I. Now this is how we'll be using the imaginary solutions concept in our questions. So looking at the first one, we are given a is 1, b is 2, and c is 122. We'll plug these values in our quadratic formula and we get x equals to negative b plus minus b squared, that is 2 squared, minus 4 times 1 times c is 122 divided by 2a, that is 2 times 1. This is equal to negative 2 plus and minus 2 squared is 4 minus 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 122 is 488 divided by 2. This is equal to negative 2 plus and minus 4 minus 488 is a negative 484 divided by 2. This can be further written as negative 2 plus and minus 484 times negative 1 in the radical sign divided by 2. This is equal to negative 2 plus minus 484 is a perfect square of 22, and square root of negative 1 can be written as I divided by 2. Dividing the whole expression by 2, we get negative 1 plus and minus 11i. Now here it is plus and minus, therefore there are two roots. X equals to negative 1 plus 11i or negative 1 minus 11i. This is our final answer, can be seen in option C. Let's move on to the next question. Use the quadratic formula to solve 5x square plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. We write our quadratic formula negative b plus and minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Here a equals to 5, b is also 5, while c is 6. Now we'll plug these values in the quadratic formula. We get x equals to negative b plus and minus b squared, that is 5 squared, minus 4 times a is 5, c is 6, divided by 2 times a, that is 5. This is equal to negative 5 plus and minus 5 square is 25 minus 4 times 5 is 20, 20 times 6 is 120 over 2 times 5 is 10. So we write it over here. This is equal to negative 5 plus and minus 120 minus 25 is equals to 95 with a negative sign divided by 10. Now this can be further written as negative 5 plus and minus radical of 95 times radical of negative 1 divided by 10. This can be replaced by an iota, as we know, divided by 10. This cannot be simplified further, so we split it into two, that is the plus and the minus values. Negative 5 plus square root of 95i by 10, or negative 5 minus 95i under the radical by 10. This is our final answer and can be seen in option B. Let's move on to the next question. Use the quadratic formula to solve 5x squared minus 2x plus 6 equals to 0. So we'll write our quadratic formula: negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Here a is 5, b is negative 2, and c is 6. We have to take the negative sign also as the value, so we take negative 2. Now we'll plug these values in the quadratic formula. We get x equals to negative times of negative 2 plus and minus negative 2 squared minus 4 times 5 times 6 divided by 2 times 5. Negative times negative is a positive, so 2 plus minus negative 2 squared is a positive 4 minus 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 6 is 120 divided by 10. This is equals to 2 plus and minus 4 minus 120 is a negative 116 divided by 10. This can be written as 116 can be factored to, let's see how we can do it. 116 divided by 2 is 58. 58 divided by 2 is 29, and 29 goes like this. So 2 plus and minus, this can be written as 2 times 2 times 29 with the radical of negative 1 divided by 10. This is equals to 2 plus and minus, 2 2's combine to a single and come out as a single 2 divided by 10. Dividing the whole expression by 2, I get x equals to 1 plus minus root of 29i divided by 5. Cannot be simplified further. Therefore, x equals to 1 plus root of 29i by 5, or 1 minus 29i radical sign divided by 5. This is our final answer and can be seen in option A. I hope solving quadratics that have imaginary solutions is easy now. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.